Hi, I'm Abigail Phelps, and this year I had the privilege of interning at the Soldotna Historical Society and Homestead Museum. I'd like to show you a little bit today around the place and let you know what's been new, what we've been working on, and what we've been developing this summer. So come on and join me. So as some of you may already know, Soldotna was really cut out of the land for the purpose of homesteading. In 1945, the government cut this section of land out of the Moose Range on the Kenai Peninsula, and it first was set up for veterans-only homesteading. So this meant that veterans could come to this land, build a habitable dwelling, and live here 7 months out of the year, and after that, the land was theirs, up to 160 acres of it. So one of the main things that we've been working on this summer is rearranging some of the exhibits, both in the visitor center and throughout the rest of the museum. And this is one of the exhibits we've rearranged this summer. This is focusing on the Blazo boxes and Blazo oil and gas, and how homesteaders use this in many different areas of their lives, for lighting, for gas-powered lanterns, and even the boxes themselves for furniture and storage in their cabins. And this is another one of the exhibits we've been working on in the Visitor Center. This focuses on a lot of the foodways of homesteaders. A lot of this focuses on berry picking and meat processing, baking, and everyday meals. So here we are in the Shackanski Cabin, and this has actually been one of the most exciting developments we've had over the summer. This is the first year the Shackanski Cabin has been open in a long time, and if you look around here, you'll see we have it set up a lot like when Ed Shackanski, an early homesteader in Soldotna, had it set up for both a house and then later on a workshop. So we have a barrel stove in the center here. We also show a lot of its original books, and those are in some Blazo boxes and other crates. And Ed was really active in this community, and it was he and his wife May that got the Soldotna Historical Society and Homestead Museum, where it played a huge part in that development and helped get it started. So here we are now in the Slycock Valley School, and this was the last school in Alaska as a territory. It ran 2 terms before Alaska became a state. And what I'd like to show you in here is some of the other work that's been done this summer, particularly in regards to accessioning. And so here we have an example. This is a book, one of many we find in this school from the 1950s and 60s. And if you look in here, in the corner, we have written an accessioning number. And this is really important for us as a museum to make sure we keep track of all of our objects. And this is how it works. It's a 3-part number. It starts with the year, and then there's a dot in the second number, which is the accessioning batch, or the gift that it was donated in. And then the final number is the object within that batch or gift. So not everything the museum owns is on display in the museum at all times. Some of our objects and collections are here in storage, and this is some of the shelving we have set up particularly to keep our objects safe. We have our objects organized mostly by material type, so here you're going to see most of our glass and some of our leather objects. Each of these objects are well on their way to having an individual accessioning number. The museum also has a very impressive amount of archival collections as well. We carry boxes of some of our newspapers from the Soldotna area as far back as the 1950s. You'll see here we have a shelving system specifically designed for our archives, and we're working towards rehousing all of our newspapers in acid-free archival boxes. On behalf of the Soldotna Historical Society Board, I'd like to thank you for your support of the museum. We've done a lot of exciting work here this summer, and we look forward to doing a lot more in the coming year. So thank you again.